The oldest house. This is so beautiful. By William H. Honin Jr., St. Augustine, crafted and donated. Historical Society. Very beautiful work of art. Handmade. Wow. Very beautiful. The top shot, amazing. St. Augustine Oldest House. Of history enthusiasts, curious souls, and those who enjoy marvelous architecture, the Oldest House Museum Complex offers many things for many people, owned and operated by museum here in the Oldest House. Operated by the St. Oldest House Museum here in St. Augustine, Florida. This includes Florida's oldest house, 2 museums, a changing exhibition gallery, an ornamental garden, and a museum store. Built on a site occupied since the early 1600s, the present structure with coquina walls and hand-hewn cedar beams dates from the early 1700s. The house is known locally as the Gonzalez Alvarez House, after its owners during the first and second Spanish occupations. A number of alterations brought the house into its current shape and size. Reflecting both Spanish and British architectural styles, the house is furnished to represent its different periods. This oldest house is Florida's oldest surviving Spanish colonial dwelling and National Historic Landmark. The oldest house opened as a museum in 1893. Docents lead guests through an escorted tour of the house and give an overview of how the changing colonial tides of St. Augustine impacted the residents of the nation's oldest city through an account of the people who live in the house. Smile. The 25-minute tour brings St. Augustine's history to life through the lives of its residents. France and Spain been here. As you all stroll through this amazing structure, you'll learn about the Spanish, British, and American occupations of St. Augustine and gain insights into what life was like for the colonists during those times.
You can take a peek in the kitchen if you wish to. Oh.
Then, take time to see the Manistee Museum, where a comprehensive exhibition reveals more than 400 years of Florida history, including the enrailing past of the oldest house and its residents. Inside the Tovar House, visitors can follow Florida's military history in the Museum of Florida's Military. You'll see uniforms, weapons, equipment. Wow, beautiful trees. After, stop into the Page L. Edwards Gallery, where you can see collections of artifacts.
And our well water is
Very clean.
disgusting.
Disgusting.
So,
I said very
so
clean. This is the well water in Florida.
This is Coquina's cousin, Kathy.
This is the oldest house room. Oldest house Spanish.
I guess oyster shells in them.
Yeah, but they've gotten crunched.
Okay, so not like the ones that are used typically.
Right. And you see the oyster shells here, and then the coquina has gotten smashed by the waves. Yeah, so it's all broken up. But in the tabby, again, we're using the same ingredients.
Before you leave the Oldest House Museum complex, be sure to visit a historic map exhibit entitled 5 Centuries of Our Coast and stop by the museum shop where you can purchase gifts, souvenirs, and books on Florida history.
This is English style. This style.
chair. Tabla siya, tabla. Rehas. We have like that. So this is already under British. Oops, modernized. Streets of St. Augustine. Explore all this city, all this house. Yeah.
We had one like that in my house.
Chair. We have also like this. Already. This is a great place to actually see the history of how people live in this area. The bottom floor is Spanish and the top is British. You can
that's so
really
cute.
understand the
This is
difference in the
rated British.
people and how they live by
Chicken and
viewing
broth
this
already,
house.
no?
While we were there, several ladies were painting pictures of different houses, trees, flowers, or other things. I like this kind of plants. So cute. Ornament. Again, traveler's choice, best of the best. I like this kind of flowers. This one, I really don't know what. Martel. I love this flower. So this is the oldest house here in St. Augustine. And we've done a full tour on this inside, including the second floor.
And then, at least certainly all day today, it was nice.
Surf,
Oh, there's so much here.
yeah, surf museum. That's the surf museum. That one. Ornamental garden, Florida's oldest house, the history museum, and a rotating exhibit gallery and the museum store. This oldest house museum complex address is 14th Street, Francis Street. Walking tour here in the oldest house in the city. There are also St. Augustine Surf Culture, oldest house museum. Their toilet is so clean. Very spacious. You can do picnic here.
I think they do weddings and special events
Oh,
here.
that's amazing. Woohoo!